episode of Hornhouse Kitchen. For those of you who have been following my channel, you can probably tell that this is a different kitchen. We've moved Hornhouse to here, 25 Cobb Street in Mansfield. We're in one of the cottages at Willow Crossing. Been here on and off for about a month, but officially here for a couple nights now. And it's really nice. I'm enjoying it so far. I was talking with my friend Thomas today, and he reminded me that a lot of people have been eating out a lot. And so I thought I'd show you how to do a simple recipe, one that anybody could do, with simple ingredients that you can find off the shelf. So we have a Greek dressing, black olive oil, olives, green olives, and what's good about the green olives, it also has the little bits of pimentos that will add a little bit more to it. Oh, by the way, I probably should have started by telling you what we're making. We're going to make a Greek salad today. Main ingredient is orzo. We're heating up the water now. We'll get that going in a couple of minutes. And also have some sun-dried tomatoes and some feta cheese. I've gone to a plant-based diet, but as my good friend Dave said, don't throw away the good for the perfect. So, I'm working towards a plant-based diet, but this recipe calls for better. I kind of like it in it, so I'm going to keep it for now. So what you want to do is dice up the olives to, I've been doing them in about 6, this size olive. So just cut them in half and then keep them together, 1, 2, that makes 6 pieces. Again, cut it in half. Probably can't see this. Maybe if I move things out of the way. There's 1 cut, 2 cut. And so they're little pieces, about maybe a little bit bigger than a 1/4 inch in size. So put those into the bowl. We're putting all these ingredients together. We're going to put the dressing on. That will give all the flavors a chance to incorporate together. A couple of green olives I've already done. Probably about, I'd say, 1/2 cup of both the green olives and the black olives. Just same thing, mincing these up to about a 1/4 inch size, putting them in. Now for the sun-dried tomatoes, I've never really used them before, but you're primarily using them for a touch of flavor. It's not, it's to add more complexity to the recipe. So what I'm going to do is slice these across the grain. In other words, the tomatoes growing up like this, I'm slicing them across the grain, and as in as slice as I can possibly cut. Let me see if I can get a couple of these and show them to you. I don't know if you can tell how finely cut they are, but as thin as you can possibly get them. I put in 6 of the sun-dried tomatoes. My concern is that with the pasta, even though the dressing has some spices in it, that it's going to be kind of bland, so I want to perk it up a little bit. I'm going to add 6 slices. Of course, I could be following a recipe where I basically got the idea is I've been buying a Greek salad at Shaw's. They have a wonderful Greek salad there if you get a chance to buy it. But being as times are, I decided it was a good time to try to make my own. Fairly basic ingredients, so it's really to taste. I'm also going to add some pistachio nuts. Now this was not in the original recipe, but I thought, given the flavor profile, that these would go well in it. I debated whether to, chop them up or just put them in whole, and I'm just going to put them in whole. It's really just a flavor. When I think of adding something to a recipe that didn't originally belong, I think about, what is this going to do to the flavor of the recipe? So in this case, it's mostly going to add 2 things. It's going to add salt, and it's going to add crunch. Well, I think the crunch is good. As I said, the pasta is soft, the olives are soft. A little bit of crunch in the recipe, I think, would be good. I think walnuts would be great in this recipe. I even go so far as dried cranberries instead of the sun-dried tomatoes, or raisins would also be good. I think combining with these flavors. So play around with what you have in your pantry and see what you like. Don't go all out. Maybe make a small recipe at first. See what you liked, what you didn't like about it. Subtract things, add things, and next thing you know, you'll get your your favorite Greek pasta salad that you bring to all the parties, or that you just love to have at home. So I'm going to make a bunch of this, hopefully enough that will last me at least a week. Hopefully you've been able to follow this recipe and you'll give it a try. So I'm going to try to get this rush up to the web. I'm not going to use the normal editing, partly because I no longer have, at least for the time being, access to the internet. So I'm going to try to upload this directly from my phone using cellular network. So if it's a little choppy, a little uneasy, that's why. It's all done live. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned. Hi folks, I just wanted to finish up here for you. So we put it in a, I think that's a 4-quart saucepan with about 2 quarts of water. Actually in the recipe it says 4 to 6 quarts of water, so we probably should have put more water in there. And cook it for 9 minutes. I left it a little on the al dente side to the tooth. I did about 7 minutes. It's going to absorb some of the moisture from the salad dressing and the olives and other things, so I don't want to get overly mushy. So I went a little on the al dente side. I'm just going to drain this, and then we'll put it all together, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Excuse me for a second while I drain it at the sink. Hope everyone's having a good day today. I had a pretty good day. I was out working in the garden this afternoon. So I've just drained this, and I'm going to pour it in with the things that we cut out previously. Oops, I'll clean that up in a minute. I had strained out some of the juice from the olives, and I just spilled it all over the counter. So I don't know if you can see this, but it's starting to incorporate the olives and different things. And we'll put this in the fridge and we'll let it set overnight. And by then, some of the flavors will have incorporated into the pasta. The pasta will have thickened up a little bit and cooled down, obviously. And I think it will come together as a really nice salad. It's actually got a lot of nutrition in it. Like I said, you could put many other different things in it, and it would still turn out great. Thank you for listening to another episode of Hornhouse Kitchen.